Welcome to the training video on interdepartment transfers. There may be various situations when a department purchases an item and then sold it to a different department. One example would be when the deli is making recipes using the stock from another department, such as the grocery or produce department. The deli would be making 100% profit on the recipe, and the departments that are supplying the ingredients would not have the corresponding sales to go with their purchases. In this example, the deli would have higher profits and the produce lower profits than they should have. Each department needs to be set up as a customer. The system will understand this customer is an interdepartment sale if the interdepartment sales function 547 is entered in the alternate adding function. Since these sales are completed using customers, the shopper level needs to be defined to sell these items to the department at the same price they were purchased. This shopper level would be a price level 0 and a cost plus at 0. For each item that might be transferred to a different department, it will need an interdepartment code defined in the main item of the product. This interdepartment code starts with the customer number of the department you are selling the item to, in our case Deli 623, followed by the UPC code. This new UPC code is used for interdepartment transfers and needs to be created in the database. This item should be flagged as not for sale, as it's used only for interdepartment transfers. Notification of interdepartment code missing. By default, this is not set. Please request this setting from your reseller. When this is set, you are notified if the item in the transaction is missing an interdepartment UPC code. When a department is selling items to another department, it may happen the second department needs to change the unit used for these items. For example, this can be the case where the grocery department sells sugar to the bakery department. The grocery department is selling a 500-gram bag of sugar. Since the bakery department will use sugar in its recipes in small quantities, this 500 bag of sugar will be used in many recipes. So when the inventory is adjusted for the sugar item on these departments, we would like the system to remove one bag from the grocery department and add a quantity of 500 grams to the bakery department instead of adding a quantity of one bag. To be able to do that unit change, the volume weight field of the main item table is used in combination with the scalable field of the POS table. So according to the example of the sugar sold to the bakery department, here is the maintenance setup needed. For the sugar item of the grocery department, 500 has to be set in the volume weight field. For the sugar item of the bakery department, the scalable field has to be checked. I will do a transaction to my bakery department from my grocery department. Remember, we need to put in the customer number of the department, which in our case is 502. And then I will now sell the sugar to the bakery department. So I'll put in the UPC code of the sugar. Subtotal it, and then I'll pay it by department transfer of $2.87. Here you see an example of the store multi-total reports with our interdepartment sales. This concludes the training video on interdepartment transfers.